Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speed Dating for Ghosts. Hello again. It's nice to see you. I'll just put your name down and you can go right in. The Room of Palms. It looks like the basement of an old church. Faded linoleum floors. Spare walls with the odd religious print framed in peach-colored wood. On one side is a large open kitchen. Old refrigerators donated by the congregation hum and drip. This must be where the cabbage smell is coming from. Rows of long tables are set up for the next spaghetti supper. They work well enough for today's speed dating. The bell rings and a ghost appears. So, I'm Riley. You're pretty hot for a ghost. No problem. Isn't it cool we stayed the age that we died? Makes dying young a little bit better. Oh wow, so long story. I was a wide receiver in high school. I got real good when it came time for college. Full scholarship, but football's rough. When you catch passes like I did, you take a lot of blows. After a while, I started getting headaches. I'd get dizzy just standing up. But I kept on playing. Had to. I mean, these were my best years. Until one day, intracranial hematoma. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, now I'm here. So it's not all bad. I try not to let how I died define me. So many ghosts have sad stories. I want to make the best of this. Have some fun. Be the best Riley I can be. It's just hard to figure out what that means. I wish ghosts didn't care so much about labels. It's just like when we were alive. Everyone always telling me who I was, without bothering to learn who I am. I'm still figuring that out. Without my division high receiving yards, and all the cheers in the stands, who is Riley? It's what Coach would always tell me. You've got heart, Riley. Hold on to that, kid. Maybe he was onto something. Oh snap, halftime. Guess we call timeout. Let's keep this going in the second half. Another ghost appears. Hello, sunshine. This ghost takes a long drag of their cigarette. The smoke rises up through their hollow frame, pumping out holes in their back. Is it? That's a surprise. I'm Vera. That or the lady in smoke. That's what the ghost hunters call me. Ghost hunters. Living weirdos trying to prove we exist. Hunter sounds dramatic, gives them too much credit. For years now, I've haunted Vegas. The glitzer condominiums on the strip. Obnoxious houses behind the gates. I wake up. Rich fools at night, shrouded in gray smoke, jangling pennies, wailing pay the price. Junk like that. That's pretty cool. Thanks. Spent lots of time working on it. I like when they choke on the smoke. Choke themselves awake. Then they see me floating at the foot of their bed, looking ready for a funeral. It works, except when the smoke alarm goes off. Then it's not as scary. I was an executive assistant to this big shot casino owner. This was back in the boom. Everyone moved in post-war. By the early 50s, it was a wonderland. My boss was a real piece of work. Balding, bad suits, always eating peanuts, tossing back a ride. He was obsessed with money. Got it any way he could, and never let it go. No one liked him. But plenty feared him. It was my job to keep his sins quiet. Anyway, that's me. What brings you to this thing? Pretty hard. For a ghost to get bored, it's almost impressive. I guess it does get old though. Floating, moving through stuff, you start to take it for granted. Like a living do. With breathing and eating food. Liver and onions. Nothing beats a good chunk of liver. The bloodier the better. It'll clean you out. The bell rings. Guess that's the bell. We'll have to pick this up later. See you. Another ghost appears. Hey, hey, I'm Stephanie, but you can call me Steph. Everybody does. Hi, Stephanie. I actually prefer Steph. Stephanie sounds so serious, but also somehow like a kid. I should have introduced myself as Steph. Oh gosh, I'm nervous. Are you nervous? Must be nice. I've been freaking out about this. For, I swear, a whole week. I spent like an hour putting on my face this morning. Thank you. That's sweet of you to say. I've been singing for a while. At first it was great. I did what I wanted to. Taught myself some Japanese, played my clarinet every day without fail, always allowed myself time to get to know the real me, but after a while, the silence gets to you. My cat only says so much. Clarence? After the angel, there's more of a demon, especially around food. You know how most cats have this pleasant meow, almost a mew? Clarence wails and whines, all raspy like he's dying, or dead. Huh. You probably think I'm so weird. I think that's impossible. The first time we see one another, the first time we hear each other speak, those moments set the tone. Everything else is either validating that initial impression or trying to subvert it. You're interesting, at least. In the good way. There's nothing worse than meeting someone and running out of things to say. After like 10 minutes, that's why I'm here. There's no time to get bored. If you do, it's almost impressive. You gotta commit to it. When I first learned as a kid, we rented one, which was gross, cause, well, you have this cloth, it's like a little metal thing attached to a long string, and the cloth is on the other end. When you're done playing, you take the mouthpiece off, and run the little metal thing through the clarinet to pull the cloth through and de-spitify it. What happens if you don't? It's not a big deal. It'll get gross after a while, kinda moldy. Not really. I mean, I still practice every day. Of course I can freeze. I'm talking to you, aren't I? How? Wait, what? What do you mean? No, wait. The bell can't be ringing yet. I don't understand. We're dead? Did I die? Am I a ghost? Whoops. The second round begins. I'm Riley again. So, like, what should we talk about? So, like, this may surprise you, but people always ask about the football in my head. I consider it a badge of honor, but also a reminder you can push yourself too hard and lose everything you worked for. 5 too many hits to the head. Sports ghosts at your service. Here to tell you that all goals have limits. Right? I like using sports to make sense of stuff. It works super good. Need to fix something, draw up a play. You won't get anywhere without a plan. Death is like an early retirement. You have your legacy, your accomplishments, right there on paper, and in people's memories. You're no longer playing the game, but hopefully you changed it, and you can still do plenty of good, just from the sidelines. You'll see. Rings. So, like I was thinking, it might be fun to see a game together. My old team's playing our state rivals. It's been a while since I've checked in on them. Just tap me after they wrap up here. I'll pick you up in my ghost car. Even when I'm dead, I know how to live. Hello again, sunshine. Good to see you back around. We already talked a bit about how I lived the Vegas life, my crooked casino boss. I'd like to tell you about how I died. It's me today. Might as well lay my cards out. One day in 1954, the casino rang me up a voice. The boss's son said they were out of clean shirts. It was maybe 6 a.m. The sun wasn't up yet. I dropped my girl off at El Cid and rushed over to the casino. Sure did. I was a single mom in the 50s, in case you're doubting why I stayed at the job. The casino front doors were locked. The doors were never locked. Security let me in and led me to the blackjack tables, where my boss was waiting, dead on the floor, blood soaking into the burgundy carpet. A knife, probably. These guys hated guns. His son was there. He smiled when he saw me. "You'll make this go away," he said. I nodded. Two guys, bigger than horses, stepped up behind me. They loaded my dead boss into the trunk of a black car. One of them drove, the other made sure to sit with me in the back seat. No. All their toughs looked the same? I swear they worked a year and then they got put down, like my boss had been put down. I kept thinking about where this put me. When we got to the dessert, would they bury me too? But they didn't. I watched as my boss, friend to the mayor, a builder, a legend, got what he deserved. A hole in the sand. And she stayed there. I wasn't about to pick her up, at least not until things cooled down. I went home alone, locked all the doors and windows, turned off all the lights, and waited. Nothing happened until I nodded off. I woke to an intense heat, took a deep breath, sucking in hot black smoke. My lungs felt like they were burning. I couldn't see. They burned my home down after making sure I was inside. Yeah, well, now you know why. I'm the Libyan smoke. The bell rings. Sorry this got so grim. After this is all over, maybe we can grab a drink and try not to let the past haunt us, even for just an hour. So wait, we're actually totally 100% dead? As an afterlife? The afterlife? So you're a ghost and I'm a ghost? Oh, do I need a drink? Oh, it's a good thing I was kidding. I never really was a big drinker. It's funny though, I sort of feel drunk now, or I don't know, dissociated, like the world is going on without me. It's a familiar feeling. I felt it a lot when I was alive too. It was difficult. Except not really, most of life was pretty good. Parents for sure. There was really only one thing that was wrong with them. They were cooler than me. When I was born, they were in their early 20s. They were into all this weird music, artsy movies about ballet school witches and fantastic planets that were just creepy. My dad even smoked alternative cigarettes. Meanwhile, I was that dork with the puzzles. Learning languages were fun. My parents were excited when I joined a band. They thought it would help me make friends. Mostly I just liked to practice alone in my room. Everyone asks loners that. Some people like to be alone. It's easier to keep a handle on things, especially when things start to go wrong. Not only did things go wrong in my life, this is hard to talk about. A cancer, a brain tumor. It was bad. Diagnosed a week after my 19th birthday, I started getting headaches and feeling confused about things. Things would look wrong, out of place. It's hard to describe. They gave me a few months. With treatment that turned into a year, they said it was aggressive. So they had to be aggressive. Eventually, the symptoms subsided. It seemed like they zapped it. Told me I was progression free, whatever that means. I was allowed to go back to school, but I didn't. We were treated to my room. After so much time facing death, I had a lot of trouble facing people. Funny. Now I'm facing Death and people. There's the bell. I guess it's back out into the world now. I have a lot to figure out. It was nice to meet you. Thank you for helping me talk this out. If you hurry, you can catch up to her. See if she'd like to talk some more. Then again, a date with Ghost like Steph might not be the most exciting. She's no football hunk, nor is she the infamous lady in smoke. Hmm. Riley asked you to meet at Key Heights Field, his old stomping ground when he played football for Hacks and Tech. You smell that? Riley pretends to breathe it in. Smells like victory out here. And weed killer. Thanks for meeting me on a Sunday. As this most holy place, my old team, the Phantoms, are playing our arch rivals, the Demons. The Phantoms need to win this game, not for some championship, just to maintain some dignity. They've had a sucky season, a lot of sucky seasons since I died, honestly. Not that I'm full of myself. You make your way into the stadium. This is a college football game in the Midwest. This stadium is huge, something like the pros would be lucky to play in. There are thousands of people here to cheer on the hometown Phantoms. Riley takes you to the sidelines. Go, sir. Get great seats at sporting events. If you want, you can go right onto the field. Pretty neat, huh? Alright. Welcome to the second game in our exciting late season doubleheader. The Hacks and Phantoms have had a luckless season to say the least, only winning 2 of their last 7 games. Haxon is looking to save face against bitter rivals, Hades U and their Screaming Demons. The Phantoms get on the scoreboard early with a quick return and a smart pass for 6. They kick it through the uprights for the extra point. A few turnovers, the Phantom throws a long limb. They make a spectacular catch in the end zone. What a play. The Phantoms try for the extra point. It's good. They're looking like a new team in the second half. They make a huge push to get within field goal range. The kick is long, but it's good for 3. Phantom ball, they go for a gutsy pass. Interception. The Demons are brought down again with a field goal range. After failing to get another first down, they opt to kick it through the uprights for 3. The Phantoms are back on the offensive after a couple of turnovers at midfield. They fumble the ball, the Demons pick it up and start to run. To the 50, the 40, they break free, they're going all the way. The Demons tried the 2-point conversion to tie up, and it's so good. The Phantoms and Demons are now tied with just a few minutes left in the game. What an exciting turn of events. The Phantoms have possession. The young team watch their lead disappear. Now they all but lost their momentum. Everything is pointing towards their stunning defeat at home. Riley takes control of a running back. The QB hands off the ball to Riley, who makes a break for it. He's tackled quickly. Riley has to gain 3 yards or risk turning the ball over to you. Alright, I got some options here. Choose a defense based on what you expect Riley to do. Oh, I don't know. I saw that, you cheater. Now let's see what you can do. Time to punt it back to Riley. You can kick it long, forcing Riley to go move again, or kick it a little shorter, giving Riley less space to run back. Riley stands there awkwardly, not making eye contact. Riley decides that's the line to go out on, waving goodbye and leaves. Wait, wasn't he a ride home? Well, that's all for now.